right, let's take a look at the weather. And yes, I'm taking the hat off. Take a look at the weather. We've got some clear sky, northern Oklahoma. It's looking pretty good. The freeze, it's still underway in some spots this morning. Sunset tonight would be at 6:29 p.m. And this will end up being a nice day, but yeah, it is pretty chilly. So the winds have just now started to pick up in the Tulsa metro. So that's the front that is pushing through. So from here until about sunset, this is going to be a blustery day in the metro. And if you're watching south of the immediate Tulsa area, you're saying, hey, the winds are really light right now. But your winds will pick up out of the north, and it'll be pretty blustery for the middle part of the morning through the early afternoon. And then here's today. By 3 to 4 o'clock, we're maxing out at 45. So if you do have kids out, or maybe you're going to be out, you know, you're manning the front porch through the evening hours here. By 6 to 7, we're dropping from 40 into the 30s pretty rapidly. And again, this is the Tulsa metro timeline. Some locations will be even colder than this faster. Like, for example, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, Tulsa goes from 35 to 32. I think Bartlesville will already be in the upper 20s by the 9 o'clock hour because you have clear sky and dry air, and that is a recipe for getting pretty cold. Now, we're going to jump ahead. So here's some better news for folks that are already tired of this little, foray of Arctic air. Friday at 68, but breezy, gusty south winds at 15 to near 30 miles per hour. That will take away from that 68 feel. You're still going to need a jacket. Over the weekend, it's gusty south winds. We have a system nearby. A slight chance Saturday evening near and east of us for a shower. And then Sunday evening into early Monday, it's about a 10% chance for the opportunity for a shower or two across the extreme eastern sections. This is also the time change weekend. Remember, you always spring forward and you fall back. So we're still, changing those clocks back once we get into Sunday. So what does all of this mean here for a couple of specific items? How about a Friday night football game? This will be the last regular season game for a lot of kids that don't move on into the playoffs, and it will start at 59 and finish at 55. I do think the winds will be somewhat elevated right on through those games. Now, how about Bedlam and Stillwater? The tailgate, if you picked out the 9 to 10 o'clock hour, the tailgate is going to be into the mid and upper 50s. It'll be a little breezy. The kickoff at 69. The halftime will basically be the high of the day in the Stillwater area, and that'll be at about 70 to 72, and by the end of the game it's 67. As far as the weather goes for these types of games, this is going to be pretty good from a weather standpoint. It might be just a little on the breezy side for the first part of the game, but we think the winds will probably die down a little bit by the second half of the game as well. So all in all, the frigid weather continues today right on through tomorrow morning. That 24 for tomorrow morning would end up being a new daily record low for the Tulsa metro. So, Bedlam weather looks pretty good. I remember the big Ice Bowl game back in '85. My goodness gracious, that was just crazy. But it looks like so far the weather should be pretty good.